you wrote a piece on Afghanistan and the Biden policy there. It was quite a good piece, and I just wanted to read a small excerpt from it. It's basically what you're saying is that the Biden policy in Afghanistan, specifically the freezing of foreign exchange reserves under sanctions that were imposed on the Taliban. You wrote, quote, Biden is pure unmitigated evil. He is a liar, a coward, and a thief. He has so much historical blood on his hands that the pages will weep. As well as the aid, the US has also blocked some $7 billion in assets that belong to the now defunct government of Afghanistan. Just last week, US Republican Senator Rand Paul, I think he's basically the torchbearer for American libertarianism. Sure. He was asked specifically about this, and he stated that he doubts that those assets belong to the Afghan government, and those are actually United States assets, given that the US spends something like $50 billion a year in Afghanistan. So I'd just like to get your thoughts on the decision to withdraw, but just within the context of successive presidents promising withdrawal, but it never really coming to pass. It was an Obama policy, Trump policy.
So, I mean, they don't belong there. And the idea that some random senator from like Kentucky should have any say over what's happening in Afghanistan is absurd. It's like someone from like the Iowa province deciding like what happens in Wyoming. We sort of like dance around the fact that they have just no business doing this. And we also dance around the fact that they are an empire. They maintain financial and military control over much of the world. And that money, it's not that it belongs to the defunct government, it just belongs to their central bank. That's their money. And it's not just that. They're owed like reparations from the United States for everything that's happened there. This is their money that they're stealing. And in Sri Lanka, we know what happens when you have a Forex problem. Because we're also like in the empire as well. So, I mean, why is USD affecting us? It does. We're also within the ambit of empire. Right. So you can see that like we have fuel shortages, we have food shortages, we have problems because we have not enough Forex. So when you completely steal a country's entire Forex reserves, you're talking people dying, millions of people starving. So this is historical genocide. It makes me very, very sad. And the fact is, in Afghanistan, the median age is, I think, 19 years old. So most people in Afghanistan were not even born when 9/11 happened. Yeah. And Afghanistan didn't do 9/11. And if 20 years of like bombing these poor people and occupying them isn't enough, then on the way out, Biden is stealing their money and condemning them to starvation. Millions of people will starve and die because of this. This is like the Nazis burning the Ukraine on their ignominious way out of the USSR.
Scorched earth policy.
Yeah, this is a scorched earth policy. And they do it with bureaucrats instead of boots, so like we look the other way. But this is historical evil.